What's up, everybody? This is Marshall Lee of DonkeyJawProjects.com, and today I'm going to be working on a trading card slash comic book cover for the story I did in the Life and Space anthology um, from started by the 100s, 100 Days of Making Comics. And the anthology link is right below in the description if you're interested. And and it's really cool, really excited. It's already funded, but we're pushing towards more stretch goals and stuff, so everybody can get more stuff. So definitely consider pledging if you're interested. What I'm doing now is I'm creating this sketch card for one of the rewards is each of the 20 creators is going to create a sketch card, so that there's going to be 20 sketch cards set for certain people who have pledged at a certain level. So that's really cool, and I'm excited to create this. It's the first time I've done this, and it's going to kind of double as a comic book cover. So the image itself will be like a sketch card, and then I'm also going to design it as a cover so that it can be used. Like I want to make like a cool like big print of it and stuff, and I think that would be cool. Not sure if I'm going to have that done by the Kickstarter and stuff, but it'll at least just be a good exercise for me because I do all these short stories and stuff, and I want to do covers for them and stuff, so I can get better at kind of the art of making covers and stuff. So hello if you're in the chat. Nerdy Bird, what's up? Good morning. I'm going to send some links out real quick so that I might have some guests come on at some point, people who are also involved in the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. So let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I can even do that. Actually, I think I can't. I thought that I could, but with this, because I'm doing it from my phone this time, and yeah. Let me see if I can go back to the live events panel. Let's see, live control room. Sorry. View on watch page. Stop streaming. Good. Is there a thing to like invite people? See, I'm used to doing this through what is a sketch card by the I keep saying sketch card. I mean to say trading card. So like baseball cards and stuff that people used to trade and whatnot. But for like art and stuff. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I can invite people. Oh, that's too bad because I was telling people I would have them in on the conversation. Sorry for the delay. Custom or encoding options using Google Hangouts on air. I've already got that going, so I don't want to screw anything up there. View on watch page. Alright, so I will share the link though, so people can watch at least and chat through the chat. Let's see. Sorry for the delay. I'll be right to the art soon. going to paste that to the places I posted it, and we will be on our way. And one more on Instagram. Hopefully I can do messages through the desktop thing. I might not be able to, which is frustrating. Well, I'm gonna have to just hope he doesn't get offended. Alright, anyways, so we are doing it. So this is kind of the idea. Hey, what's up, Teresa? What's up, Adam? Oh yeah. So actually, Adam Lore, who's in the chat, was with me yesterday. I was gonna do this yesterday, and I was trying to work it out in my head, and I kind of worked it out with him talking. I was like, oh, I want to do, this art, and I'm not sure, should I do my characters from the book, from the anthology, or should I do it from, some of my other characters that I already have, and what should I do? I was thinking about maybe doubling it as a print and stuff. Once I thought of the idea of Sedi's run, and I had that idea in my head for a while, for like a video game cover, like for like an old Atari cartridge or a Nintendo cartridge or something like that. So I was looking into that, doing some research, and Adam was really thought like doing the characters from the Life in Space anthology would be really cool. So I agreed, and so I decided to go with that. And the idea just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I was thinking, wait, Sedi's Run, that's like from something, right? Like Something's Run, like isn't that like a show or a movie or something? And yeah, there's a thing called Logan's Run, which, I don't know how, I think it's pretty famous. I don't know much about it. I want to watch it now, but it's like an old sci-fi movie, and it was originally a novel. And sorry, drinking a little coffee. It was originally a novel, and it turned into a movie, and it's also been a show, and they've been thinking about remaking it. But one thing too is it also was a comic, a Marvel comic back in the days. It's had other comic iterations as well, but the cool one that I saw was this old Marvel comic, and it used this cool logo and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do kind of my own take on a comic cover that kind of mimics that in some ways, but also is just my own characters doing something fun. So it's going to be similar, but there's going to be a lot of differences too. So I think I might just go with this design though. The whole basement here. Oh wait. Yeah. Oh, the whole basement's here. Yeah. All the people who usually go in the hangouts are hanging out. That's cool. The owner of the basement isn't. Who's the owner of the basement? I think you guys are referring to something maybe I didn't hear about before. Alright, so this is, I think, what I'm going to go with. I don't want to sit here and like design too long, and I'd rather just get to the actual drawing, because it's going to take, I think this piece is going to take a long time, and I'd like to get as much of it done as I can during the stream. So where can I put this for reference? I guess I could put it up here for now. That's not a good place. I guess I'll just put it off to the side. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully my phone is charging like it should. I was also not sure if I should do this in pencil or in blue pencil. I'm always going back and forth with that. And I want to get out one of my other blue pencils that has a better eraser. At the very least. I had a bunch of these like erasers. I love these ones because they're bigger and they don't, go away too quick and whatnot. I also have like these, which I can use. Should sharpen this bad boy. Probably do some measurements if I want to actually make it look cool. Mike is the owner of the basement. Mike is the owner of everything. Cool. Oh yeah, Mike's basement. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Because he's always like Mike Emirates. He's sometimes when he announces that he's gonna be in the Hangouts, um, he is like, um, "Hey, I'm going in Mike's basement" or something like that. So now I remember. So I should have that page up for reference. Maybe I can show you guys the page I'm referencing as well. Let's see, Logan's Run. Run, comic, cover. View image. Alright. So here I'm going to kind of pan up here, show you. This is what I'm referencing. And I want to do, it's going to be Sedi's run. And I'm not doing it exactly like that, but yeah. And I'm going to do the logo the same and stuff. I'm not sure if I should do the logo. I guess I'm going to do that separately in Illustrator, but I've also thought about hand drawing it, but I'm kind of afraid that I can't do it very well. I don't know. I kind of would love to hand draw it though too, so. Is that the one? Actually, that's not the actual one. There's another one that I like better that I'm going to reference actually. Yeah, let me get that one up. It's similar though. Where is it? I think it's like that's the first issue. Oh, here we go. This is the one I really like. I'll show you guys once I get it up. Do 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 do. This is the one I really like. It's very similar, but yeah. The other one's cool too. Alright, back to the drawing board. Alright, let's see. To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research. Apparently, Adam's quoting Creed. I think Adam said that Creed said that. And Creed's right there in the chat too. Good stuff. Alright, so let's get that reference back up for me. Now, it seems like that logo is taking up about a third of the page, maybe less. So I'm gonna go up a little bit from there. Get the trusty old ruler out. I don't even remember having this ruler. This is like the first time I ever seen this one. So I'm thinking to maybe bring it a half an inch up. See if I can get like a very rough sketch of the logo in there, at least for placement purposes. I should probably put this other light on too. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background, the cats are being crazy. Alright. So that looks about right, but I want to see, let's see, because, yeah, that goes like another half inch. It's good to get these measurements in. Have you guys ever done, like, I don't know, I mean, I guess if you've made comics, you've done a comic cover before. I don't know, some people are just more web comics though. But I feel like doing a comic cover is like, that's the part. It's like, it seems like it should be the most fun, but it's also like you want it to be really good, so sometimes maybe it's a little bit nerve-wracking too. And I don't always have the greatest ideas for it, I guess. Alright, so let's erase these markers. But have you ever had an experience making comic covers or even other kind of covers that like reference other stuff, or it's like I just want to make it so cool and I don't want to mess it up. See, and then about a half inch. No, that's going to be more like, is it a full half inch? I don't want to waste too much space. I'll do another 3/8, I guess. Hopefully that's not too small. It's hard to know because it's like, I think it is about a half inch. See some chats going on. I'll check that in a minute. Alright, and then there's like a space. So this maybe should go down all the way to 1/3. As much as I didn't want to. And there's going to be like a little bit of a space here. This stuff gets complicated really quick. I just want there to be enough room for the art too. I know this isn't the most exciting part of the process, but it's probably essential. Whoa! Throwing stuff. Alright. So I got that. I guess, about a, feel like 1.25 inches makes sense. Maybe 1.5 inches. Yeah, let's go with 1.5 inches. For the, you know, where they would put like the Marvel Comics logo thing. But for me, it's going to be Marshall Comics. Or Donkey Jaw Projects. Donkey Jaw Projects. Alright. That's about all we have to measure out. This will probably come a little bit more like here, maybe. And then the logo. That's about enough space for the logo. There's some space over here. It's got like this, just kind of shaping it out a little bit, just as a reference. We'll figure out the rest later. Marshall Comics Group. Sedi. I like to write all the little things in just for fun, for reference, and partially so I don't forget. Doo-doo-doo. Really rough though. 30 cents. There's this little CC right here. Is this like a copyright thing, or is that like a comics code? There is a comics code thing here, which I didn't realize the comics code was around in this, like 77 is when this book came out, somewhere around then. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. Number one. Let's see, what should I put the date? February, maybe? Put it with my birthday. Feb. Doo-doo-doo. And there's like some writing right here. Just want to indicate that there's writing. I may or may not play around with that. Based on a concept from the MGM production. Based on a concept from the Life in Space anthology. Booyah. This could probably be moved over a little bit. Comics code. Cool. So that's that. So this is my space right here to draw. Cool. Yeah, that looks about the right proportion. I may have to adjust some things later, but that'll give me a good indication of what's going on. Oh, there's also like the little box here for the barcode or the direct market little image. Now they have a circle right here, so maybe I'll do that. I want to incorporate this thing that Kirby did on Silver Star Comics, and he calls it a visual novel, I think. Let's see. Silver Star Jack Kirby. Yeah, I think it says, I'm pretty sure it's a visual novel, which I think is a really cool thing. Yep, a visual novel. I don't know if that was around before the term the term graphic novel started or not, but it's cool. Alright, let's check the chat before I get into the drawings. From something Creed posted the other day, Stephen Wright quotes. Okay, cool. I avoid doing covers like The Plague because it's so nerve-wracking. Oops. Yeah, I feel ya. I have to make a comic cover soon from Teresa. That was Nerdy Bird. Teresa says, I have to make a comic cover soon, and I am still researching. I am basically in panic mode because it is design work rather than just illustrating. Wow. Yeah, well, you know, that's one thing, like I talked about in my 100 Days of Making Comics yesterday is, you know, don't underestimate the process, which that's what I did yesterday. I thought I was going to do what I'm doing right now yesterday, and I hadn't even come up with the idea. I had to do research, and, you know, I was looking at a lot of comic cover designs. Even after I did the video and hung out with Adam, I was just doing a lot of research. And yeah, that takes so much of the time, and but once you find an idea, that's when it gets fun, you know. Stephen Wright is never wrong, says Creed. The problem I have with covers is that it's the first thing people will see. It's your invitation for them to read your comic, so it has to be good. Yeah, exactly. I feels ya. And that's kind of why I'm doing comic cover, even though I'm not printing these necessarily. Or well, I think I might print the covers just for fun, and maybe people want to grab them. But also, I want to practice because eventually I will be doing covers, and also, if you're good at making covers, you can make a lot more money in comics than if you make more money on covers than you do on the interiors. So that would be really cool. I mean, I'm not doing it just for money. I love the art of comic covers and all kinds of covers, even like old pulp covers and whatnot, and just everything. And so, but that is like the added benefit. Like right now, we were talking recently, Art Adams, however he goes by, um, he only does covers, and there's a lot of artists who sometimes only do covers and whatnot. So, you know, and he's probably making a good living just doing covers, and that's cool, because it takes a long time to do these comics. Know what I mean? All right. So, let's see. Looking at the sketch now, what I want to do is Suzazel is like the main villain, I guess, of the story. She's not really a villain, really. When it comes down to it, she's just somebody who wants her money back. But I really should get out the pages for reference as well, which they're right here, so just gotta move a couple things around. You guys can see some of the pages as I'm using them. So this is Sedi right there. This is Gauguin. I was thinking it would be cool this morning. I woke up, I'm like, oh man, it's too bad Gauguin isn't the main character, because then I could do Gauguin's Run and it rhymes with Logan's Run, but we're going with Sedi. And then here's Suzazel right here. There's a better drawing I did of her. Is it close by? Hopefully it's close by. That's actually a better way to reference because it's smaller drawings. Where did I put them? You know what? I think I might have put them in a drawer. Let me just grab that. I did. Alright. So this is Sedi. These are sketches for the sketch rewards for anybody who wants a 5x7 sketch for the Life in Space Anthology, if you're interested. This was the original drawing I did of Sedi, and then I kind of copied over it because I spilled something. I feel like I spilled coffee, or I did something that messed this up. I can't remember what. Oh, it's bent a little bit. The actual piece is bent. This is Suzazel. And then this is Gauguin. So I'm going to keep those out. For reference. Alright. So the thing that kind of sucks is that these kind of antler things are going to kind of come up and break, the logo. I think. I could put them behind the logo, but I feel like it wouldn't look as cool. So it just kind of sucks that she has, these antlers, because I can't just, not draw them. That would be weird. And I like them. They look cool. But they kind of have to break the logo, I think. Which it does happen in comics a lot, so it's not that big a deal, but it's like the first comic cover and it's getting blocked already, Plus, I wonder if it's going to be hard that's why I think I might just draw it, because if it's going to be difficult to do in Illustrator, because this is in front of it and stuff. I mean, I'm not like super great at like these programs yet. I'm still learning. I think I drew the shape of these wrong, actually. That sucks. But even if I'm just not that great at these programs yet, So they kind of they go, instead of having like just this one wave, it kind of goes in and out and in and out, I think, like that, yeah. If it's not obvious, Sousa Zell, I don't remember where I got the name Sousa from. I feel like it's another name for like devil or something like evil spirit or something like that, because I knew she was going to be a baddie. But Zell, is like taken from gazelle. Oh, it might mean snake too. It might be another name for snake, because she's like part snake, part gazelle, which is, kind of a little on the nose, but but I think I mixed it up in a way that makes it fun, and I love the name. Like, I always think of the name and think it's so cool. Alright, let's see if I can get this right. So it comes in real quick, and then it goes out again, and then it comes back in. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't know, I design these characters, they look cool and everything, and then sometimes I kind of regret, certain aspects, because it's not easy to draw curves like this consistently, Luckily, she's only in a few panels, like, I don't know, maybe 7 panels. At the most. Might not even be that much. And also in the comic, you don't have to be like, or I don't generally get as technical, like, I don't try to make it perfect all the time. And her antlers are cut off in most of the panels because they just don't go high enough. Is this the only... I think that she's only in this page, technically. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's only in 6 panels. You don't even get to see her full body. I should, it's too late now, but I should have put like her tails going right here. That would have been cool. That would have been a great way to... That sucks. I didn't think of that, and I could have put it like here. And I kind of forgot about her tails, I think, as I was drawing. I mean, it's alright. It makes sense that her tails would be more on the floor and stuff anyways. Good morning from the UK. What's up, Fue? Sorry I did that invitation. I was thinking I could get people in on the chat with me to talk. But I realized since I'm doing it on my phone for some reason, I can't actually invite people to join me like I can if I'm doing a normal Google Hangout, so my bad on that. It would have been cool to have you on. I definitely want to have you on my channel, like doing like an interview on my... I guess I'm going to call it my podcast still. I started a long time ago doing a podcast called the Escape Artist Podcast, and I haven't done one in about a year, I guess, but there's about 100 close to 100 episodes. I'm like on 98 or something, and I'd love to... I always thought, I should at least get to 100 since I'm close, but the thing is I stopped doing like the typical like podcast feed through iTunes and stuff, and I've just been doing it on YouTube, really, so it's a little different now, but I don't know. I think I'll just continue that way, and if it's not on iTunes, I'm sorry, but maybe I'll take some time out and actually get it back on iTunes and Stitcher and all that fun stuff. I'm all for a new escape artist podcast. Yeah, man. Yeah, so you're familiar with it, Nerdy Bird? That's awesome. Maybe you're somebody that I don't realize because you're using the name Nerdy Bird. Let me know. But that's cool that you, if you heard it before, because that's, you know, a lot of people might not realize. Alright, so. I'm also doing the antlers a little different. They kind of come more out of the sides. Usually, I mean, maybe I could make her head smaller, but I kind of want it to be big. Alright, so I already got the head shape. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Because she's supposed to only be like, this is more of a designy thing. Like, she's gonna be looming over these guys, and it's gonna be like, this is way bigger than, she actually is. Because it's gonna be like a background design element. Hopefully I can make it look like that. I'm already making her shoulders too big. Hey. So, yeah, see if we can make her kind of looming in the background. I am going to color this, I think, so I think I can do some tricks with the color to make it work. Alright, see, I was trying to make her shoulders smaller because girls tend to have smaller shoulders, not as wide shoulders, but this is a bigger scale, so I don't want to, I'm not sure, and the head is pretty big. I'm not good at, I hate proportions, but if I make the hips bigger, see, this is why I need to do the shaping out now, before I screw it up with, like, details. How do I have it in the reference? I want to make her arms coming out. Probably like this. Hopefully you guys can see this too. You binge them when you're working? Cool. It's all good, buddy. Always up for a podcast. Cool. I don't know you. Okay. I'm not that social, but I watch almost every episode. It's a great distraction when you're working all day on commissions, comics, and animation. Yeah, I feel ya. I listen to a lot of videos and stuff while I'm working as well. Unfortunately, it's not on comics, but it's still cool. Alright, so she's got kind of like these hoof things, so I don't want to draw her hands like normal hands. Hopefully I won't have to redraw these hands a million times, as per usual. Do. Always remember to sharpen your pencil. Sometimes I forget and I'm like, why are these lines coming out so crappy? What is the ditty you hum? We've been listening to a lot of Black Eyed Peas lately. My wife has been putting it on a lot, and so yeah, I think it's one of those songs, one of their first from one of their older albums. I don't know if they're still making albums, but yeah. Stereo or something, I think is the name of the song. Yeah, I feel like her shoulders are too big, but I think it's just because I'm not used to drawing this big. Alright, well, this will be a good enough placeholder for her. I feel like her head should be smaller. I don't know if I should show much of her tail or if that'll... her tails. I guess I'll put them in there just as a placeholder, but I feel like I'm going to run into some issues with it. So, I don't know, we'll see. Alright. So that's that. Like, I wonder if I should draw Sedi and Gauguin in, like, red instead. So that there's a differentiation. Is that a word? This is already pretty sharp, but I'll sharpen it a little more. Don't hum it too well or you'll get copyright flag. I know, right? That's funny. Do you prefer drawing with standard pencils like the one you're using at the moment, or do you prefer drawing with mechanical pencils? Well, mechanical pencils I have drawn a lot with. And I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm still wanting to noodle with this because it's not done. But yeah, I don't know. I like the fact that you don't have to keep sharpening them. You know, mechanical pencils, it's kind of cool, but they're never sharp enough, you know. Unless you use like those ones that hold the lead, I guess they're just maybe called lead holders, which I have used those in the past as well. But I don't know. You still have to kind of sharpen those. So those are pretty cool too. It's funny, we were talking about pencils in the chat the other day, and and yesterday actually, and there's some like really like nice expensive ones that are supposedly really cool, and they're like harder tip and stuff, and um, they were really neat. And I'm looking into possibly getting some, but they're a little expensive, so, and you have to buy 12 at a time. So maybe one day, we'll see. But right now I'm good with what I have. So I don't know, that's kind of my thoughts on the pencils. I don't know that I found the perfect pencil. Usually the pencil I use is the one that's closest to me. Let's see. So I don't know like how I want to do this. I know that the characters are gonna be running towards us, sort of, or away from her, I should say. It's not exactly towards us. I guess, like, I don't know if I'm gonna draw an environment. I think maybe I should just draw them running first, and then worry about the environment later. Also, there's so much that's going to be going on, I'm kind of afraid of tangents, but I guess that's what we're working out now. Should be. I think so. There's some in the fridge, too. Yeah. Alright, so I guess I'll draw Sedi first, because he's smaller. Or maybe I should draw Gauguin first, because let's see the proportion in the comic. I don't know if Sedi's half Gauguin's height. Yeah, he's not half. He's more like 2/3. Although I kind of felt like he was originally way taller, but no, I guess he's always been kind of 2/3. So, let's see. I'm trying to work this out a little bit of how it would be. He's got like a big body. I kind of want to show the full body, like feet and everything. Probably should have this leg coming out. I should probably reverse that, because it's cooler when you see this arm kind of going behind. I also thought it might be cool to have Gauguin speeding away in a spaceship instead. Nice.
Sorry that it was so loud.
It's okay. Gauguin is not like, in the comic he's not actually running. He never really runs away as much. Let's see, does he? Yeah, he doesn't. He just kind of takes care of the situation, but and then let's see, Seti's going to be about here. And I'm probably going to have him have the same position. Need to have him leaning forward a little bit more. Can't wait till I'm more comfortable doing this kind of thing, but like it just, oh, that's right, I want to make sure they're carrying those crystals too. So somebody's got to be doing that. Well, it's got to be Sedi, I think, so maybe he'll have the bag in this hand. I want it to be obvious, though, so it's got to be, like, kind of falling out or something. These are, like, the weird, difficult parts that are, you're not, you don't know, you don't remember until you really start trying to work it out. Alright, well, I don't know. It's hard to see, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Alright, let's see. It's funny because Gauguin, like, he's kind of a slower character, like, he doesn't really like to be hurried and probably won't put up with being hurried generally, but for this cover I'm gonna have him running. So how you guys all doing today? You guys working on projects or taking a break on Sunday, or how you doing? Alright. I don't remember what. I don't think he has teeth. Yeah, he just has like a tongue situation, like kind of like a lizard or something, or snake. Snakes have teeth though, but I don't know. Do lizards have teeth? That's what I should have named this podcast. Do lizards have teeth? Hmm. Trying to make sure the proportions aren't too ridiculously wrong. This is the important part, getting the proportions right? Also not getting tangents. We still live here? Just wondering. Seems like it's working. Just not seeing so much chat, which is okay. I just want to make sure, the video didn't accidentally end all of a sudden. I've never done this. I've always thought about doing this, but I've never done this with like the different using kind of the different colors and stuff. Also, I don't know if I have it mapped out of what Gauguin's legs actually look like. I think I did kind of do it in an original sketch. But he's kind of got this, whoops, sorry about that sound. he's kind of got a, I don't know, like a cloaked, some kind of, I don't even know what to call it, but his outfit doesn't show his his legs that much. Alright, so I don't think we're going to see 100% of their feet. It's going to cut off a little tiny bit, but we're going to see the feet that are kind of up. Gotta make sure too, like this is 3/4 view and not, you know, pretending to be 3/4 view, but it's really just side view, which is difficult to do. Do 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 do. Let it go, let it go, let it go. See Gauguin's hands, he's a 3-fingered beast as well. Oh. I really need to practice hands more. Anyway. I don't know how much of her face these things should block, but it looks like his elbow's going to be blocking part of her face, which I guess is alright. I think I'm actually liking how Gauguin's coming out. I think he's not looking too horrible. I was a little worried, you know. Also, like the background, I don't really want to draw a lot of background because I'd love to get like a lot of this done today. At the very least the pencils, but maybe even mess around with inks would be awesome. Oh, I'm starting to draw her in red now here. Do. Just trying to see if I can make sure that rib cage looks a little more anatomically correct. And I want to draw like somewhat, you know, sexiness a little bit, but not like, you know, comic book sexy. It's like for kids, you know, it's not meant to be like sexy, but like just, you know, it's her character is like, you know, a little bit more like sly, and she's got that kind of quality to her. I think I'm messing that up. Let's just get back to what I was doing. Last time we chatted, you mentioned that you were reading Story Genius. How is the book so far, and have you implemented any of the techniques from the book for your stories? Still reading it. I did get a decent amount further since we talked, but I'm still, you know, I still got about 1/3 of the way to go, I think. And I think I got the biggest parts down. Like not figured it out, but like I've gotten through the parts that are most important. Like I think the beginning is more important maybe, and then the later parts are more kind of practical steps of how to implement some of this stuff a little more like in detail, scene by scene, which I think is going to be helpful as well. But I don't know. It's tough for me to actually sit down and read a book. It's better if I have an audio book, and they don't offer an audiobook for this yet. So I don't know. I actually messaged the writer and told her I really wish there's an audiobook. Are you planning on doing that? And she said there was no plans. She actually did respond, and she said there's no plans to do it, but that is a cool idea. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. That doesn't tell me if it's gonna happen or not, but um, I don't know. So we'll see. But if that was the case, then I'd already have been through the book at least twice. But let's see. Where do I want? I want Sedi. I wonder if Seti should be like more in the front, like so it's like back. She's the background. He's like, running away, and he is too, but he's like more in the front, and then you like see a real nice kind of close up of Seti. Of course, I probably should try to map that out on this little thumbnail thing. See how I can make that work before I draw it. That'd be really cool. Background, middle ground, foreground type of thing. That always brings a cool dimension to comics and stuff. I always like how Jack Kirby he'd always have like a guy in the foreground like running away from whatever's going on, or doing something crazy, and it's usually just not an important character though, which is the only issue with maybe doing that. So, and also the perspective, trying to figure out the perspective. So let's kind of mimic her too real quick. But yeah, I haven't really done a lot of writing also since we've talked. I've just mostly been working on art. So, I mean, I have done some writing, but only more in the idea phase, not in the actual writing. I did figure out a little bit of my glyph character, using kind of the book reference stuff, which, I found out kind of his, I'm figuring out his misbelief and stuff. Basically, I think it's going to be a story about fear, but being courageous even though you're afraid type of thing. That's the simple basic, but, there's so many different elements of that kind of idea that, I think that it could make, because this is like more of a long ongoing series type of book, so I think that I can make it, last for a long time. Um, so in that way, yeah, I have implemented it a little bit. But when I really start working on some writing, that's going to be when it really comes into play. And I can't wait to try to figure that out, do that. And, once I'm working on Lizard Brain right now, which you probably know because you've been watching my videos and stuff. But I, I'm almost done with that. Or I'm getting there. I mean, it's going to take a while. Mostly because, I'm working on the anthology stuff now, so I need to spend more of my time, a lot of my time doing that. So I can't really focus 100% on Lizard Brain. Uh, um, so, um, sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit. So there's no writing in that right now. I mean, except for I'll go back around and kind of tweak the dialogue a little bit, but I'm not like trying to put anything from the book in there so much because, this was already done way before I read this book, and I'm just gonna let it be what it is. Um, but the next story that I write, like I have a lot of ideas kind of worked out for different stories for the 12 stories book. Um, the next one I write, see, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna be working actually on a story that I didn't actually write for the next one. I have there's actually this dude Jamie Gamble. He did the 100 days of making comics early on, like right when I first tried it and Kevin first tried it, and me and he wrote a story for me at one point to do, and I started it. I even already got close to finish inking the first page, um, and then I never continued, and that was a couple years ago. And I was thinking, since that's already written, it might be cool to go back and finally finish that. Um, so I think that's what I'm going to do next. But that doesn't mean that I can't start writing. Maybe that'll give me the opportunity, like the days that I don't work on the art for that, I'll work on the writing for something new. So I may just kind of go back and forth with that kind of thing. So I'm working this out here. And you can kind of see how it's a little bit of a jumbled version. It's a little bit different than we originally intended. And I think I like the way it looks. This isn't really, I feel like the positioning is a little bit different than it's going to be. But I'm also wondering, should I put the bag of crystals in this hand, or should I put it in this hand? I also need to bring this leg a little bit more to a 3/4 degree. Interesting. Alright, so hopefully I can make this work. I don't know. Alright, let's see. My friend does comics too, but he's been having some motivation and self-doubt issues. He thinks nobody's going to care for his comic and that he's doing it for nothing. He already finished the storyboard, and now he's at page 8. It's a full color comic and all. Any tips on keeping up motivation when you're finishing up comics? That's a good question. Sorry, I was taking a couple sips here and thinking about that. Alright. Let's see. That's a good question. Well, it's hard, you know. It's hard to keep up the motivation. It kind of depends on what's motivating him to make it. How dedicated is he, like, to like what are his goals, I guess, or her. I don't know if you mentioned if it was him or her. um hmm for me, I don't know, like, it's not easy. I've stopped working on projects plenty of times. Um, and you know, I think you just have to know what you want to do, like, for sure. Like, for me now, I'm not like, I don't have too much a problem with motivation at the moment with what I'm doing. Um, but I certainly have in the past. Hmm. It's a tricky one. I feel like if I wasn't drawing, I'd be able to think of something better. But I'll try to think of something here. I don't want to just leave you hanging. Let's see what his hands look like in this. Yeah, it's just kind of typical. Again, another three-fingered beast. So I guess this is going to decide it for me since this little box thing is here. I'm not going to put the crystals in this hand. I mean, I still could. I could kind of have it. Hiding it, that way I don't have to like actually draw like this crazy thing. But that's gonna make it unclear, so I'm gonna not do that. Let's see. Put a shoulder right here. Put his hand right here. And we'll put this right here. I mean, really, just stick to it. Like, it's not. One thing that's motivating is if this is the first time he or she has ever done a project. Like, if this person has never finished anything, then I'd say you just gotta really like decide to not give up and finish, because it's really important to finish something if you have never finished something. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because somebody else was talking about this in a video. I think it was Jonathan Rector was talking about this the other day in a video, and I agree. You know, if you've never finished anything, you don't know what it feels like. And just knowing what it feels like will help you be motivated to finish your next thing. And there's that, and there's also you're never gonna, if you're trying to, if your goals are to make a career out of making a bunch of different comics or whatever, or just make something of it, then you're never gonna get anywhere if you don't start finishing. I wonder if I should have him looking forward or looking back. It's kind of cool if he's looking back too. There's like acting there. I don't know. Both are really cool, actually. I really like both. What do you guys think? Should I have him looking forward or looking back at what he's running from? So, yeah. Actually, I think I'm gonna move this arm back a little bit. Put it over here instead. I don't know why, but it makes sense a little bit. his shoulder, well, I do know why his shoulders seem a little too broad. So, I think I have the shapes in here about the way I want them. Let's see how it looks as a whole so far. Is this going to be a dynamic cover? Is this cover going to suck? I like how his head's here, like, and there's going to be, well, I think his head's going to be a little smaller anyways, and it's going to be, he's got his little, I don't know how to draw these like little plunger things very well. The kind of snorkels, like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the show Snorkels back in the days, but that's part of something I grew up on. So that's kind of what the idea of his little plunger things are. But yeah, I like that the arm, this kind of frames up the head here. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen here because he's taller, but also I want to make sure this back foot doesn't like get too tangential with his legs. So I can maybe put his legs further back, but he wears like this weird cloak thing, so I haven't really accounted for that. Usually when people run with one of those things on, I think that, it kind of, like, the legs pop out, so, yeah, and his cloak will go back a little bit. It's like a robe. A robe is a better word for it, I think. Let's see, what do we got here? I'll look at the chat real quick. We're both still fairly young, 18 and 19, so it's hard to think of where we want to go. I just know that he's been working on the comic for a year now, and it'd be sad to see him give up. Yeah, I'd say, like, just do your best to keep encouraging him to continue, and just finish it. Like, it's important to finish it and then move on to the next thing. And, your first project isn't, that's another thing, try not to be so precious. Your first project is never going to be your best. No matter what you do, it's just not going to be your best. You got to get a lot of projects under your belt before you start doing your best work. And you might not even notice it when you start doing your best work. Other people will notice it probably before you do. What Fue Storm said is good advice too. Tell your friend that people do care about his comic, but they just don't know it yet. If it's a cool vision, if it's I mean, not if, but I'm sure it is a cool vision. Like, we all have these cool ideas. And, people really won't know it until they see the finished piece. You can show, and if you show people half done stuff, sometimes that's not a good thing, because it's okay if you show your artists and writer friends, but sometimes it's not a good thing because people won't get it. People just will not get it until they've seen the full thing done. So I've done that before and been disappointed, because people just didn't get it. It's not that they didn't like it because it wasn't good. They didn't like it because they didn't quite get it yet, because it just wasn't fully visualized. No problem, man. What's up? I don't know how to say your name. I watched your videos, but I haven't quite caught your name yet. K10, or I'm not sure. I'm doing alright, man. How are you? Alright, so Fue Storm says, I mean it when I say that I'm always up for reading a cool comic, so your friend now has me anticipating their comic. There you go. And I'd be interested in seeing it too, when it's all done. So now you got 2 readers for your comic and your buddies. That's cool. Alright. So, what do you guys think of this so far? I mean, it's again, I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Let's see if I can kind of pan back. I'll show you guys what it's looking like so far. It's kind of hard to tell, I know. Hopefully, you guys get the gist. I think it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with it. I'm just gonna do it, and if it sucks, it sucks. If it's good, it's good. Can't really see it. Yeah, sorry, dude. Um, Basically, you got Sedi right here in the front, Goguen a little right here, a little more in the back. They're both running kind of away, but a little bit different directions. Just a design choice. And then in the background, you got like the threat of Suzazel, which I'm gonna hopefully with color be able to make it look a little less like she's actually behind them and more like just the threat, and it's like a almost like the ghost of it. And then you got the titles here, and the antlers are coming up. And I think I'm just gonna do like, I don't know what you call them, like the power lines or something. That's not the right way? You know how like sometimes it'll just be like it's almost like the sun is coming out, and but this is the center of it, and you got kind of the lines coming out from the all sides. I think I'm just gonna do that kind of thing for this, because I don't feel like drawing backgrounds right now. I'm still working my way up to backgrounds. Action lines, that's it. I got a lot of progress done on my lizard brain splash page. I could show you guys, but it's the last page to the comic, and I mean, is it really spoiling anything? I don't know. I don't know if people pay enough attention, you know. It's almost like predictable, the ending anyways, so which is fine with me. I don't know. Let me know. You guys want to see what I got so far for the final splash page on the Lizard Brain book? Also, I'm wondering if I should go in now with pencils or if I should just try to tighten up the lines with the colors. Or should I just go right to inks? I'm horrible. I go right to inks even off of this rough stuff sometimes. Hell yeah, I'm up for some lizard brain. Yeah, I want to see. Hey, what's up, Luke? How you doing? All right. I'll show you. Adam's seen it a little bit. All right, here we go. Exclusive. Seen only here. Lizard brain. This is the final splash page. I'm getting close to the point where I can ink. Your friend is always welcome to join the 100 Days Challenge. That's a good idea too, obviously. That I didn't even think of that. Join the 100 Days, man. It'll help you. We're a very supportive community. No escape from the lizard brain. Dun dun dun. This is gonna be the only page that has like a lot of detail, because Lizard Brain, the design is like crazy. He's got lots of detail, and it's fun. And it's supposed to kind of harken back to, old creature feature stuff. Looking awesome. Thanks, dude. And old like sci-fi horror comics and stuff. Thanks, Nerdy Birdie. So hopefully I'll get to inking this week. Alright, that's enough. Get your last looks here. Thanks, Fue. Yeah, dude. Are you, like, have you been part of the group yet, Nerdy Birdie? Or if not, you should. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I think I will tighten up with colored pencils and see where that takes me. '50s style sci-fi. Nice job, Marsh. Thanks. Oh, don't be shy. We're all friends. Alright, so have you guys thought about whether I should have him looking forward or have him looking kind of back? You know what? I think I'm going to have him looking forward. See, well, I don't know. Looking back is cool because it's like, it's acting, it's showing a little bit more of the story, you know, but he's actually not necessarily, I mean, he is running away from her, but this is just like the ghost of her, just for the cover's sake, you know, not, you know, but he really is in this situation running away from her, too, but she would be like further in the distance or something. If I have him looking forward, it's just a cool shot, and it maybe makes for a better cover. I don't know. What do you guys think? Guess I'm not 100% sure yet still. I'll draw crystals for now while I'm waiting for you guys. What did I call these crystals? I forget. They had a cool name too. I had a blast. I've been talking to Adam about this. I just had a blast, you know, coming up with the names and stuff for all these. Like just different elements, you know, within the and the characters and all that stuff. I will do it right now. Yes. Peer pressure. It's well worth joining the group. It's full of cool people and support. Yes, sir. Alright. So, still, let's see if I draw his face this way. Which way do I like better? It's kind of cool that way. Nerdy Bird says backward. Drawing JAC. What's up? How you doing? What's the character's personality? Is he or she the type to be so curious or just keep head forward and legs moving to get out of there? Or is this just a design choice? Yeah, I don't know if it really reflects on the personality because they're both, you know, he probably would look back and go forward. He's trying to get out of there. But, yeah, I don't know. He's a little bit of a, I wouldn't say, I don't know if he's, yeah, I guess he's a little bit of a coward, but not in a super weak sense, but more in just self-preservation, like, I'm out for myself and I'm not gonna sit there and like wait while other people are trying to do what's right, you know, because he's kind of a little bit like a Han Solo character. Like he'll escape if he can, and he kind of just doesn't want to be involved in the bigger situation necessarily. But because he actually is kind of a good guy, he will probably end up being involved in the situation. I think I'm gonna go with looking backwards. I think it lends a little more to the story, I guess. I'm gonna do that. Just making a decision, making it happen. Thanks for the input, guys and gals. I got another song in my head. I always forget he's got like these little like almost, I think of him as like rubbery dreadlocks. Sometimes I forget to draw him and then I have to go back and fix it. I gotta make sure I get these plungers in the right spot. I don't know what the purpose of these things are, but they're cool design. He comes from the planet of the plunger people. Actually, like how that head's coming out. Cool. Adjust the contrast and I can see it a lot better now. Oh, okay. I see what you're... Cool. Looking over his shoulder then, yeah. Yeah, it seems to work out better, I think. Great job, by the way. Dig the process. Thanks, man. He looks like he's smiling here, though. I gotta make him worried. Actually liking how this is coming out, this part of it. Who'da thunk it? Do 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 do. I never know exactly how to position these little plungers. If I should show some of the hole or not. Still gotta get that learn perspective better. Alright. So, seems like a few more people have jumped in. What are you guys all working on today? You working on projects, or are you just hanging out, watching videos? What are you guys up to? And if anybody in here doesn't know like exactly what I'm doing here, I explained it earlier, but if you came in later, what I'm doing is I'm making doing this. It's actually going to be like a cover print as well, but that might come later. But I'm doing this for a trading card for the Life in Space anthology Kickstarter that's going on right now. Links in the description if you're interested in pledging. Um, it's already successful, but it's a really cool book, so I wouldn't, I'd say don't wait if it seems like something you'd be interested in. But my story in it is called The Hitchhiker, and which that storyline isn't really reflected in this cover thing, but that's okay. The actual story is. But anyways, so yeah, it's a really cool project. Some of the people who are in the chat are involved, and there's one of the rewards is there's going to be 20 creators that are involved are all going to make a sketch. I keep saying sketch card, a trading card, piece of art for a trading card of their own, and so there's going to be 20 trading cards if you pledge to that level or whatever. So it's a cool thing you can get, and so I'm designing mine. And my story, was very much inspired by, when I was writing it. It was when I was during Christmas, I think last year. Yeah, last year. And I was watching a lot of Star Wars, so I was super inspired by Star Wars, and I figured let me do my own like fun version take or whatever on my own Star Wars-y type of story. And this is what came out, and it's really fun. I enjoyed doing it and enjoyed designing these characters, and so much so that I'm probably going to continue the story after at some point, because I already have some ideas for the world and everything, like the galaxy, and yeah, it's going to be fun, and I really like these characters. It's actually coming out pretty good so far. I like it. I like where it's going. Working on an illustration to experiment with style a bit, just having fun. Cool, Teresa. Yeah, it's the day for having fun with our art instead of going too crazy on the projects, right? I'm gonna be working on some projects. No rest for the wicked. Yeah. I know what you mean, dude. It's funny, I never ever heard that phrase until I spent a ton of time playing the game Smuggler's Run, which, hey, I'm doing this thing called Sedi's Run right now. How apropos. but yeah, Smuggler's Run is a cool game that I used to play with my buddies a lot on PlayStation. You may or may not have heard of it, and it's just like these like dune buggies and stuff that you race around, like these like kind of all-terrain areas or whatever, and yeah, it's fun. Wonder if I should have his hand open. I don't know. I guess typically people do the run thing. I mean, a fist when people are running a lot of times in drawings. That's a really bad hand. But sometimes they do like the reaching out to get further, like, type of thing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That's not really a good hand, but whatever. I'll fix it later. Let's go back to this area. not sure how to have... He's got kind of this leathery jacket, so I'm not sure how the folds would go. I don't want to go too crazy because the leather is thicker, so it's going to have like thicker folds. But I don't, necessarily want to do that much detail anyways. But I got to remember these little ribby lines too that come in this jacket. Sometimes I forget those little details as well. Easy to forget details when you're drawing your characters. I don't know that I've ever quite worked out how these shoulder things go. Like how they would look from this side. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Is this arm looks like it might be a little too short. Or is this one too long? Let's see. What else can we talk about here? He's got boots on. I want to make sure I don't draw this inconsistent. I also don't know what color these guys are. I feel like I've drawn his boots at least in one scene or another. Well, I've definitely drawn them in sketches before, and I sort of remember. I think I have the sketches up on my Trello. Trello, 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 I made him out of clay. What? Meh. I think what I might end up doing with this is I don't think I'll get to inking today. I may get finished the penciling. I don't know. I mean, you never know. Things could change. Things could go that way. But it might be. Sometimes I wonder if it's like a good idea to, just let it be for a day. Take a look at it. Fix anything that's wrong. After a day. Take that little break. Especially on a bigger page like this. and then just don't rush it. Not that I'm gonna stop here. Oh, cool. Here's the sketches. Some of the sketches. I don't know if I have everything here though. Oh, sweet. I have most of it. Okay. Oh, maybe on the Suzazel sketch it'll show me where the name comes from. I should write that though. No, it just says Suzazel. Well, probably in my notes here it is, but I'm gonna not worry about that because we're doing a video. Alright, let's see what this guy's boots look like. At least in the initial sketch. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Oh, I forgot his arms are kind of supposed to be almost like more noodly. I don't know if I did that in the comic though. Yeah, I made him have a little more muscle, and they're supposed to have like little spots there and stuff. It's alright, I can just do it different everywhere and be inconsistent. Maybe I'll do that with the colors if I remember. Alright, so let's get the boots in correctly. So they kind of come up around like this. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong foot. So they come up around like this. And then his pants kind of bunch up where the boots meet the pants. I guess, I don't know. Kind of do one of these. He's got these funny, like, space boots. These cool space boots. You guys probably can't see that. Alright, there you go. Yeah, you won't be able to see a lot of the detail, but what else? Not on this one. Maybe on this one more, though. Have a little bunchiness there. Have a little bunchiness here. There. That's enough detail for me. This should probably be going out a little bit because he's running and the wind's blowing. There's probably going to be a little bunchiness going on there. His leg comes out like this. Alright. Let's get this boot going. This one you're going to be able to see this side a little bit better. On the inside I don't think there's anything, but here it's supposed to be like, I don't even know what this is, but it's just part of the boot. I don't know if I love how that's drawn, but at least I know what its position is, sort of. Let's see, keep that bunchiness going. Actually, you know what? His leg's too long. And it's really, might be a little too thick. It's always these little details that are the part that kind of mess you up. Like, oh, this looks cool, and then I can't draw the foot right, you know? I don't think I want to put that line there. Might not be right. It might be a little more back here. Maybe that's better. He's got like big feet, I guess. Maybe his foot shouldn't be that big. That looks a little better, I think. Not too sure. That's not looking quite right either. No, I'm going to leave that alone for the moment. Do you make reference sheets for your characters? So far I haven't really. I mean, I do some sketches a little bit, but so far I haven't done it like I probably should. I'm still pretty new to at least getting any finished work done, you know, in comics. I mean, I've done a handful of small projects, you know. So that's I'm probably am going to start doing that very soon, like with the next projects. Especially if it's something that I'm going to do more. Like a lot of the stories I'm doing these days is going to be, you know, these little 6-page stories or whatever. So they may not go anywhere more than just that one story. So do I have to really make big character sheets for that? I don't know. I may or may not. I might do it just for the sake of practicing, you know, and, you know, getting better at doing what you should do, you know. And I'm not saying that you should necessarily have to do character sheets, but I think it's a good practice that's helpful, you know. I think it's worth it. But I've never really done it too much, so, you know, my experience is not really much with that. But I think it will be helpful in the future for me too. Crystals. I had a cool name. I wish I could remember. I know it's in my notes here. Oh, weird. I guess I drew him in the comic a little bit different. He had like a little bit of sleeves there. Hopefully I didn't mess that up in the beginning. No, looks like I drew him the same through the whole thing, so he's sleeveless. I also added a, like, I could even draw it too. There's like this mask that could be hanging from his thing right here, but sometimes you'll see that, but there's like a hoodie. You'll see, yeah, that's going to be distracting. Sometimes in covers, certain things that are actually in the story won't be quite there, or vice versa. There'll be added things. It's just the way I've noticed that people like, you know, the cover is meant to be something different. Like it doesn't have to have every element that was in the story. Some covers have nothing to do with the actual book. I'm not trying to go that route, but definitely see that plenty of times. So I'm not 100% sure about this foot and this hand, but I think I'm okay with this hand. But I think I'm going to move on to Gauguin now. Maybe I should put these little spots in just so hopefully I will remember not to draw them. but maybe I can put them in to the colors. And then my excuse of why they're not in the comic will be, oh well, the comic is black and white, not colored. So that's why. Do 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 do. Hey hey. Ha, ha, ha. Now I'm singing Britney Spears, or no, not Britney Spears. Taylor Swift. These songs are all in my head. They're mostly the songs my wife listens to, but I like them too. Not making that as an excuse. I do like them. I like pop music. My favorite music is like underground 90s hip hop, but I like all kinds of music. Alright, Gauguin time. Gauguin is going to be looking back, but he is going to have his head forward. I'm keeping his head forward. Maybe I should make him... Yeah. I'm curious, like, I don't know if I should make him, like, just chilled, like, because he's not chill, obviously, but, like, he's got this, like, what has this guy gotten me into type of look. Because this isn't the type, he doesn't want to have his feathers ruffled, he just wants his peace and quiet, and he wants to go, once he gets his crystals, he wants to, which it's funny that he's holding the crystals, but that's just how it happens in the comic, but it's really for him. But he's helping him get the crystals so that he can help him get to where he wants to go. Hence the whole hitchhiker thing. Alright. That's what people say. Mm-hmm. There's this part, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this show, The Magicians. We've been watching it. It's pretty fun. It's crazy. It's just different. It's like Harry Potter, but like if it were real life, kind of. I don't know. But there's this part. It's funny where they're like in an insane asylum or whatever, and one of the main characters, he's like, I don't want to explain the whole thing because it's kind of complicated, but he ends up like doing like this musical number. And it's to that song by what's her name, Taylor Swift, whatever that, I don't know what the song's called, but it's funny because he doesn't sing it well. Like I don't know if he can sing, but he was pretending not to sing well, or if he just can't sing and they use that. But he sings it like it's all off tune and whatnot, and it's funny. It's really funny. And so I have that song in my head. And a lot of times when I sing it, like if I imitate it, I'll just sing it badly on purpose. Not that I'm a great singer, but I'm a little bit better than that, I guess. That's what people say. Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny. And I keep moving. Taylor Swift's got definitely has some catchy songs. I actually like a lot of the initial drawing here. And I keep moving. Can't stop, won't stop, moving, grooving. I don't even know the words. Do 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 do. I'm gonna get all these copyright violations. It's alright, they're demonetizing my freaking channel anyways because I don't have enough subscribers and views. And I think I got close. I don't know. I don't know. You're supposed to have like 40,000 views or something, or watch time. I don't know. And I don't know if that means total, or I think they said in a month or something, which I don't know. But I saw there was a number on my channel that said 66,000. I don't know. That's probably total and probably wouldn't get me there. So they would be demonetizing my channel for my birthday. Happy birthday. Do 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 do. $40,000 watch time in 12 months. Yeah. Oh, in 12 months? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's doable. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to how much watch time I typically get. So watch time's a little different though. But if I do a bunch of live streams, who knows? That's where you really get the watch time. Not that it matters. I mean, I'm not. I think my total so far for monetization is like $1.30 or something. So yeah, it's really not that big a deal. People freaking out over it, and I get it. I was when I first got the email that morning. I was just it's not what you want to wake up to, so I was like kind of pissed. But then as I thought about it, I was just like, yeah, whatever. It's not that big a deal. You can make a lot more money on YouTube other ways than the typical monetization. So, and not that I'm even trying to make money. I don't know. I mean, I want to, of course. Anything to make this thing more sustainable is great. But there's other things. Alright, so I think this arm needs to be a little repositioned there. The YouTube game is hard, man. Yeah, it's a lot of work if you want to do it right. I just enjoy it, so I'm gonna let it be that, and if it becomes something, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome. It's kind of weird when this fist is like hidden behind here, because the little details you put make it look weird, or I put make it look weird, so I don't know what to do there. Just gotta put the right kind of details to make it not look stupid. And there's kind of a tangent situation going here, which I don't really know much of what to do with. I mean, I could put his arm further back, I suppose. There's also a tangent here with the mouth. I mean, when you're drawing something with multiple elements, you're gonna have tangents, and how to solve that problem, I don't really know. I think it just comes with time, having dealt with those issues more and more. The more you do it, you start to figure out tips, or you start to figure out some tricks on how to stay away from tangents, or at least manage tangents. I don't know if you can 100% stay away from them, but managing them, I also don't know if Gauguin has t-shirt or if he's wearing pants underneath. I mean, he's got to be wearing. Yeah, I think here I have his feet, his legs sticking out, so he's wearing some kind of pants with a seam. I don't want it to be jeans though. Oh, you can see it a little bit there too. Something crystals. It's bothering me. I want to know what those crystals are called. Argon. Arkin. Either arkin or argon. Arkin crystals. Okay, so he's not really wearing a shirt. You see his chest there. So I know that much. And he is wearing some kind of pants. I think his cloak should be going out more than I'm drawing it. You're going to really see a little bit of his abdomen, I guess. This is weird. I haven't drawn this part of his anatomy yet, so I don't even know what he looks like. And then he's going to have like space pants. Whatever that means. I don't think I ever drew shoes on him. Let's see. In the original sketch what I did. Yeah, it's just his feet with 2 toes. I think I might go with the 2-toe situation. I mean with the no shoes on situation, especially since he doesn't really have a shirt on either. Can have his cloak kind of flying behind him a bit. I could probably do that there too a little bit. He's got like alien anatomy, which is very similar to human anatomy apparently. I think I want his legs to be a little bit skinny. And his pants will be like this. See, I'm designing the character as I go. Arkin. The YouTube game is hard and very unforgiving. I love those pages. Thanks, Adam. If I mess up the feet, it's okay because they're alien feet, so I'm making the anatomy up. Now they should still follow some kind of proportion of some sort, like you gotta base it somewhat in reality or else it's just gonna be stupid. I'll do my best. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Managing tangents. Oh, okay, so I gotta make sure this leg is doing this, and this one is gonna come down this way, probably go here, another tangent to manage there, and his butt is not gonna be seen, but I want to make sure I kind of draw through a little bit so that it looks right. And this position of this leg is actually pretty good, I think. I wonder how far I should draw it down. I mean, I'll draw it down enough just so I know, but like, are people gonna see this part that goes below this line? This is the live area. I don't really know how. They're not supposed to, I don't think. I think that's going to be cut off. I've never dealt with the printers really too much, so I don't know exactly how the cover if it differs from the interiors, how much leeway there is. It's going to be a learning experience. When I finally print this bad boy. This thing's been going for over 2 hours, huh? I suppose I could be done here. I think I will. This has been long enough. I don't want people to, I want people to be interested in watching the replay and stuff, and we'll see. So, anyways, so I really appreciate you guys hanging out, watching me do this process, and we got a lot done. I think we got some real good progress. It's getting close. I don't know if I'll live stream the rest or not, or what I'll do. Probably not. Sometimes it's hard to kind of get stuff done if I have to rely on streaming, and I really need to get this done, so probably not, but I'll be letting you guys know the process through the 100 Days of Making Comics videos, and I'll show you more as I go, and so keep up with that. And again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget that the Kickstarter is going on. There's a link right down below in the description if you want to be part of that and get to read this full story, because we won't be releasing it until maybe a year after, maybe, for people who aren't, haven't purchased or whatever. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you again so much. You guys rock, and yep, have a good one, Adam. Everybody, Nerdy Bird, all you guys who've been watching, thank you, Fue. Everybody, Teresa, so many people. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Later. I gotta learn to figure out how to stop this thing.